Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for the reception. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for that. I mean, Scream has SRE in it, so that was a great Scream. So, thanks for choosing to turn up for this talk, and we intend to make the next 30 minutes as informative and exciting for you as possible. Let's hope we are able to do that. Let me start by asking you this. A single mother in Vietnam running a flower boutique to pay off her son's school fees. A hard-working federal contractor who lives between paycheck and paycheck. A devastating flood in Orissa that results in a relief fund being announced for aid and restoration. Now, how many of you agree that these people are in need of a rightful access to these funds in a safe and secure way? Most of you do. PayPal embodies this vision. PayPal's mission is to democratize financial services. PayPal believes managing and moving money is no longer a privilege, it's a right. I had to give this prelude to this talk today because being PayPal's first line of defense, PayPal SRE has a responsibility to fulfill this vision of democratizing financial services through availability and reliability. A further look at PayPal statistics only strengthens this fact. A mere glance at the P2P and mobile payments alone is a testament to the scale of affairs at which PayPal SRE has to operate day in and day out. Of course, the other stats are for you to see, and yesterday Veera had a talk on the same lines on the scale that we all operate on. Now, let's draw an analogy. Any civilization goes through phases of evolution. PayPal SRE can also be thought of as a civilization that has passed through various phases of evolution spanning across multiple eras. Today's talk is an attempt to build a narrative around this and, more importantly, contribute back some of these insights to the community because we feel that is important from a PayPal's perspective. So, let's track the evolution. It all started in 2009 when Wes Hummel, our vice president, decided audaciously to test the boundaries of impossible. He wanted to do that by starting a team with the sole mission of keeping Pay with PayPal button always on. He did that by hiring a team of enthusiasts, which started a humble but bold origins of SRE that is today. No one even gave this team a second glance, and they were never expected to succeed. The team embarked on two audacious goals. Keep the eyeball, rolling every minute so that any disaster lurking around the corner could be caught. Trust me, there were many. The second goal was never say no or take no for an answer. Be the true blue firefighting squad and embrace the impact. The team succeeded beyond all odds because what made it possible is what we feel is the key takeaway of being brilliant at the basics. Thus started the reactive era of PayPal SRE's evolution, with the key takeaway again being brilliant at the basics. But as in the case of Wright brothers, building the first aircraft was not the end of the story. It was the beginning of a great evolutionary story. PayPal's story is no different, and let's see how.
Invention of the aeroplane doesn't mean the people around the world traveled around the world the very next day. So it is like the learnings that takes place that got into the first plane out. We in PayPal also undergone this learning phase. So this is the responsive era which took place around 2011 to 2017 with a crew of 20 to 200 plus engineers, visionaries on guards, who focused really on learning so that we can give precedence on sharpening their skills. As Abraham Lincoln rightly quoted, if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. That's what we did. We really identified the skill sets that is required to respond to an issue quickly. We acted like a mini startup, brainstormed ideas, and built products and showed a business value. That's how these products were evolved. If you see some of the products I could highlight, it's a merchant monitoring, which gives 360-degree view of our merchants. It really monitors each merchant for their call volume drops or the error rates and success rates. This is really required to be a true customer champion. And then, PayPal has 2,000 plus services running in our live. So how do we track about the ownership of this? So whenever we had an issue, we need to manually go search, and then it was a very time-consuming process to find the owners. That's how we built ownership portal. It will have all the system of records for all the owners for the components, say services, databases, APIs, which is readily available, that will be used by an issue management team to get to an issue and then find the owners to fix it. Okay, we have the owners now. So how do we fix it? We need to help the triage engineers, ops engineers to get the data, maybe to remediate it or to do the recovery effort. For that, we need to have the live data. So that was not easy. We need to go and file a DB ticket and then get those data. And then that's how we thought, okay, why not we build a platform which will query in a safe and controlled manner. That's how it came, the Orion, which has the ability to query the databases in a very safe environment. And then we have all the data in different places. We have in ServiceNow, we have in Jira, everything in different places. How the triage engineers will manually collect all the data. That's how we thought we'll build a platform with leveraging all our triage knowledge. We built Snap, which will automate the troubleshooting process and eliminate the manual troubleshooting process and find the root cause of an issue. We built workflows with every product. We know what are the products are linked to services, and then club together and form a platform which will give out a platform which will show how the auto triaging works. And then we had sideboards, which is basically like crawls through the PayPal applications and see what is the abnormalities in this system or host sites and try to remediate it. So with all these things built up, we were able to quicken the response time for any issue that occurred. So we with these things like SRE gained the credibility and maturity with the power to be an ATM. But with great power comes a greater responsibility. That's how we transitioned to the proactive era, where it happened from 2007 to now, which a crew of 200 to 500 plus sprinters. Here, I'll be giving an analogy to a relay race. You all know how a relay race works, right? So a team of 4 members runs and each sprinter counts. That's how our team works. As SRE culture is basically like a teamwork, which each team will accomplish everything and anything. So in relay race, every second matters. You can lose the race with the seconds. So each second matters. So and each step counts. How do you measure this? We went deep detail into measurement and attribution. That's how we got into failed customer interactions, which is popularly called FCIs. So we measure what is failing for a customer, may see the customer functionality. For example, if you say send money from one customer to another, it can be broken at the login page or the web page or the payment. So these things are measured. Measurement gives what is actually happening and you can fix it readily. And then we all know we have to fall in love with the outcomes. We have fancy solutions for everything, but outcomes matter. In a relay race, even if you run a great race, but who hits the finish line, that is what matters when you see the outcomes. So mainly we relied on the outcomes, not on the solution. But solutions are the means of outcomes. And then rehearsals cannot happen on the D date. So we need to automate everything that is repetitive. You think that something is repeated, automate it. So we thought automate, automate, automate. And that's how we found 3 of these products. CFBT is the customer flow based testing. So there are many products and flows that customer does. So how do we test all those things? In a pre-live environment. So we do end-to-end testing automatedly so that customer flows are tested so that we can reduce the P0 or P1s entering into the live site. And we had platform infrastructure manager, which automates the infrastructure provisioning and all those things from the infrastructure point of view. With all these tools and platforms, we could get the SRE ecosystem, and federating this was easier now. So this SRE culture, like every sprinter counts. So teamwork, we believe on teamwork, and what we are going to contribute to the community, it is like with the knowledge we gather, whatever we have should be contributed to the community. That's how we started our journey as an embedded SRE, popularly known as ESRE, where our SRE folks sit with other teams like merchants, consumers, risk, and try to collaborate with them and then incorporate our culture and learnings to make a PayPal a customer champion company.
Thank you, Deepa. So The billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk says, if I cannot get up tomorrow to aspire to do something impossible, I think that day doesn't matter to me. He started that in his own way by trying to make mankind the next interplanetary species. How many of you think he may be able to do that? Let's hope he'll be able to do that. PayPal's SRE journey ahead is on similar lines, to be able to aspire to dream big and achieving it by being future ready. What are we doing on those lines? These are various landmark initiatives that we have embarked on or want to continue upon to be able to be future ready. So let's start off. Everything as a service. What do we mean by that? Everything that you build today should be imagined as an everlasting serviceable interface, and you build upon that on the day one itself. Extreme ownership is and needs to continue to be an involuntary cultural identity. Heroes are rare, but make them rarer. What does it even mean? Good teams produce good heroes, and any good hero is as good as his team. Celebrate team culture and try producing good heroes every day, and don't stick to just one hero. Moving ahead. Dream cloud. So aim for the cloud. PayPal has started taking baby steps towards the cloud journey, and we want to take the giant leap there, and we want to stay put. We all know that artificial intelligence is no longer taking a paid ticket and going to a sci-fi movie, right? It's real, it's there. PayPal is at the forefront of making optimal utilization of ML and would like to continue to do so. DevOps is the next tectonic shift in the SRE paradigm, and PayPal is zooming away at full throttle and wants to achieve 100% DevOps very soon. To finish off finally, we want to see a day when the word customer becomes synonymous with happy customer, always. And we want to achieve all these aspirations in the near future. We wanted to kind of end this talk by listing out all the takeaways for an SREan. This slide is aptly titled the Turing Test for an SRE. For those of you who already do not know what Turing Test is, it's a test that determines if a certain program is done by a machine or a human. We believe this optimally is named as a Turing test for an SRE because we believe these characteristics are distinguishing and differentiators of an SREan from a crowd. Let's look at what all they are. These are all a repetition of what we stated, and this is our way of giving back to the community for any SRE team that wants to go to the next level. Be brilliant at the basics. Take extreme ownership, always. Solutions are a means to outcomes. You may have fancy solutions, but they have to go towards outcomes. Measure, measure, measure. It always counts to measure. Don't repeat. If you come across something that's repetitive, automate it. You don't have to automate like crazy. You don't have to automate everything that you come across, but you come across something that can be repeated every day, day in, out of the mundane tasks, just automate them. Culture should be at the core of everything that you do. It is not just about doing your job, it is about doing your job the right way with the right ethics and morals and with the cultural integrity. Don't take no ever for an answer. This is very much the reason why SRE has grown from a small team of 20 members at PayPal today to a big team that actually pushes frontiers and pushes envelopes to the highest extent possible. Finally, there are 3 pillars that any SRE can thrive upon: company, customer, and the team. Finally, thank you for the patience that you have shown. Thank you for the opportunity that you have given. And we would like to see and show who we are. Actually, I'm Sham. I have about 11 years of experience, and I've had 7 years of PayPal's roller coaster ride.
I'm Deepa. I work for 9 years in PayPal, and I am an SRE expert.
So this is how we wanted to end this talk. We found this on the internet. I think this t-shirt fits perfectly to what SRE does, the badass job that doesn't have anything to call it better than an SRE. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.